How you doing, guys? Recently, Canon, of course, they make cameras and camcorders and things like that. And now recently they released a new camcorder, or it's not, it's just really an update. Now, I do have one of their older models, which is a Canon XF100, which I've got here just to show you what it looks like. And the new cameras look similar in size and shape, which is this one happens to be the XF100. The newer versions are the XF200 and the XF205. Now, both 200 and 205 models are almost identical, with the exception that the 205 uses SDI, HD SDI ports in Genlock. That's just like the previous models. There are some very unique things with this, though, and let me go ahead and show you a little bit of information on both of those right here, and this should give you an idea. Now, it does use a newer processor, which is a Digic DV4 dual codec recording in both MF and MPEG-4. So you can actually record simultaneously both file formats, which is really interesting. I haven't, now I'm not saying other manufacturers do this, but I haven't noticed that they do this. Also bringing in the older model uses one ring to adjust, manual ring to adjust. Let me see here. I forgot all. Okay, focus, zoom, and iris. Now, on the older model, which I have right here, it only has one adjustment with a selector switch between all three. With the newer one, it's more handy to have all three rings, so you don't have to move the selector switch, which is much faster. Okay, let me give you some specifications on the codecs. Of course, the MXF codec, which is a MPEG-2 DVD quality, up to 50 megabits per second. Now, the new format, which is MPEG-4, it only goes up to 35 megabits per second on SD card slot. Now, the prior models did have an SD card slot, but it was only for pictures and saving settings only, not for recording video. Another new thing with these new camcorders, it has a 20 times zoom, where the older models had a 10 times zoom. Also new with the newer models is Wi-Fi, integrated Wi-Fi and Internet Ethernet LAN. So you can use wireless and hardwired, which we've seen before on previous manufacturers have been doing this. Not necessarily nothing new, but it's great to see them implement that feature, because it's kind of getting rid of those large news trucks you see with the big old dish antenna. Now you can even use a smaller van and then use it either through 3G service and then send in their latest news directly to the news station. This is a broadcast type camera, by the way. It does do broadcast formats. So what this means for Wi-Fi is you can connect using smartphones, tablets, and laptops, and you can also remotely view this footage as well. And then obviously you can transfer these files via FTP, like I said, without a remote truck. Also new with the, now this is only with the XF205 models, which is, they call it 3G SDI, which I believe allows for higher bandwidth and higher resolution and frame rates. Of course, previous models did have HD SDI standard. So I really like the new features. I'm happy with what I got right now, but I admit I am jealous of some of the new features on the new Canons, which are XF200 and 205 models.